Yeah, we'll start class with a small this thing activities. So I'll be having three activities with you all. So see that three activities. I will start my class with those three activities. See that you observe it and try to answer the questions displayed in the activities. Okay, let's begin with the activity one. Hope all of you all can see the image displayed. Yes, are you all able to see the image? Hello? Yes, you can unmute your audio and just answer yes or no. Yeah, so you have to answer the question. So starting from the, can you count the number of matches in the picture above? As Manju Pallavi, are you unable to hear? Are all of you able to hear what I'm saying? Yes? Okay. So can you count the number of matches present in this picture? In the picture above, there are different matches. Can you see? You can answer me. Okay, 10. Pritham is saying. Others can also answer. Shubhangini is also saying 10. Okay, Netra is saying 5. Okay, this is the activity 1. So the matches you have to count. Carefully observe and see that you give the correct answer. So let's check the answer. Yes, Pritham. Correct answer is 8. This was the first activity, which was very simple. Second will be little harder than this, and finally it will be little complex activity. So 8 is the correct answer. Let's move to next activity. What is written in this picture? Can you guess it? Yes, you can answer. Either say it or text it. What is written in this picture? Are you all able to guess? Yeah, just answer me. Is it yes or no? So that if no, then I can move. Okay. Shubhangini Pritham has given the correct answer. Liar is the correct answer. Very good. So coming to the liar is the correct answer. Coming to the next activity. Yes. Solving the puzzle. You will be having 3 minutes of time. So you will have to solve this puzzle within these 3 minutes of time. So first question, as it says, smallest particle of compound. The hints are given 8 words. States of matter, yellow colored matter to group together with similar properties. So as soon as you find number 1, number 4, just write the number 1 and write the answer if you know. Just within 3 minutes of the time you will have to finish it. Simultaneously, if you are knowing any answer, you can type and say, or you can directly unmute your audio and you can say it. Yeah, in the puzzle given, Smallest particle of compound. Number 1, the smallest particle of compound. Does anyone knows the answer? Okay, someone is saying 1 is hydrogen. Yeah, that's what they are not doing. Yeah, those who want to answer, you can unmute the audio. It will be faster. Typing will take time. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, Netara, you can hear me, Netara. Number 2 is oxygen. Okay. Someone has said number 2 is oxygen. Good. Netara, are you able to hear me? Netara? Yes, are you able to get some of the answers? Okay, the hints are given here. The hints are given like number 1, it says smallest particle of a compound. You have to recall your previous knowledge and answer. States of matter you had studied in the last semester, I guess, semester 1. Yeah, correct. You just said will display all the correct answer later. Yes, Shubhangini. Number 1 is molecule. Yes, correct answer, Pooja. Yeah, another state of matter. Yeah, you also, the background noise is there, please unmute. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, very good. Down, someone else can answer. Yeah, other than Shubhangini. Yes, Pritham, can you answer? Unmute your audio and answer. Pritham. Okay. 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 Eighth one. Okay. Very good. Most of the answers are correct. Except the seventh one, you have not given answer. Rest all are correct. Yes. You can cross check your answers now. First is a molecule. Fourth number is gas. Sixth number is gold. Ninth is classification. Then coming to down, it is 2. Number is oxygen. 3 element. 5 atom. Seventh is solid. Another state of matter. Seventh one down is solid. And eighth one is delta. Yeah. So after solving this activity, what things you observe? As soon as I gave you activity, what are the things came into your mind? Yes, you can answer. Shubhangini. Shubhangini. Okay. No, so what? No, what motivated? I mean to say, what motivated you to do this activity? So as soon as I gave you this activity, were you interested in doing this activity? First of all. Okay, so that interest motivated you, isn't it? If someone else can share your experience as soon as I gave you the activity, what are the different things came into your mind? What did you observe? What motivated? Knowing the subject. Okay. So did your this is this activity allowed you to recall your earlier learned information, like example states of matter? Does it, as soon as I gave you activity, you started recalling the this thing content. You read the question first and you started recalling your information that you have already learned, isn't it? Isn't it? Did it help? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Analyze. Yeah. So you mean, okay, okay. So you mean to say in the second activity and third activity, it allowed you to analyze the different things, right? Okay. Yes. So let me tell you, according to analysis, I hope that you have studied about the Bloom's taxonomy in your semester one, isn't it? Have you all studied about Bloom's taxonomy? Yeah. Yes, Shubhangini. Okay. Yeah, so this activity is nothing but it took you from the remember, as Pritam has said, it helped him to analyze. Okay, so these are the activity. First, I just gave you the question. The first activity was very simple one. Then it was little complex, and then it was like somewhat you will have to analyze the situation. You have to recall and apply the correct knowledge to answer the question to get the right answer. So you are from the remembering stage, you went to understanding, then you went to apply level, and then it also helped you to analyze. So these activities have already taken you to the level 3 and 4. Okay. So I mean to say is like suppose you have developed a positive attitude towards this activity. As soon as I gave you the activity, what things some of you have told, it helped you to analyze the different situations, different activity from 2 to 3. Some told that the interest it developed. So you showed that positive attitude towards developing towards this activity. So here we say that I want to tell you that you have already developed that positive attitude, and it has taken you from level 1, 2, 3, and 4 up to the fourth, that is the analyze stage. So any activities, if I give you, you are thinking in a continuous process. Okay, it requires your consciousness, and something should motivate you to do that activities. As you said, that interest motivated you. So the knowing that attitude, knowing that motivation will help you, knowing that interest will help you to solve the other activities to come to a proper solution. So this is nothing but when you think constantly with a proper understanding, you have developed that problem solving attitude, you have also developed that critical thinking skill, is very much essential to develop such attitude. So today in our today's class, the topic which I am going to uh, teach you is the scientific attitude, meaning and characteristics. So as I said, what what do you understand by this scientific attitude? Yes, anyone can answer. Okay, you say that scientific attitude is critical thinking and open-mindedness. Okay. Tanushri is, yeah, question. Okay, okay, okay. So the activity given to you, did it help you to questioning? Did you question yourself while solving the activity? Yes, Pritham, you can tell. Okay. So someone else, Pooja, can you tell me the definition? I mean the meaning. What do you understand by scientific attitude? Pooja, Pooja. Yeah, what do you understand by scientific attitude? Okay, let's move. See, while solving the activities, don't you think so? You were very curious to learn the things which were given to you, assigned to you. You accepted the others' answers, and you were very consciousness to. You developed that consciousness to know those kind of answers in you, isn't it? And apart from this, are some of the other characteristics which you think you developed in you or you went through, across that while solving the activity? As Shubhangini, yeah, what are the other things you have learned? Don't you think so? You developed interest and problem solving attitude. You were able to solve the problem with the right answer. It also improved your thinking skills also. You started thinking, you started recalling, you started reasoning, you started asking questions to yourself. So this is nothing but when you do such things, you have already developed. And now, as I have told you, after doing those three activities, you all have moved to the analyze level. That means you all have already developed that scientific attitude in you. So this is nothing but the meaning which helps you to, like someone told, open-mindedness, acceptance, interest, thinking, problem solving. All these are just components which are involved with this of the scientific attitude. Yeah. Suppose if I ask you, as Manju is here, Manju, Manju, are you able to hear me? Rakshita, Rakshita, yeah, yeah. What do you see in this image displayed to you? Ribbon. Okay. Magnesium ribbon is a ribbon made up of magnesium. So he is burning that magnesium ribbon. So what do you see in this image? Can you list what do you see in this image? One is magnesium ribbon. Okay. Then yeah. So what do you think when you burn? When as soon as he burns magnesium ribbon, what happens? Are the only fumes present, or are you meant to say color? Sorry. Yeah. Pardon. Changing. Okay, then can you see the powder which is displayed in the image? Yeah. So can you guess what is that powder called as? See, when magnesium, when you burn, it reacts with oxygen, right? Because any gas which helps in burning is nothing but oxygen. So the powder, so as soon as you burn the magnesium, you are getting a residue-like structure. The powder is also formed down. That powder is nothing but the magnesium oxide. See, I will give you one more example. Let us say, yeah, the carbon dioxide turns lime water milk. See, lime is nothing but a calcium oxide. So when you mix water to it, it becomes aqueous solution calcium hydroxide. So suppose if I give you one beaker, if I give you one, Shubhangini, can you answer? Shubhangini? Yeah, can you help Rakshita? Yeah. Can you answer to this question? Like if you are given the aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide, let us say, and you are given one straw dipped in it. So if I ask you, you want to pass a carbon dioxide gas towards it, how you will do? Yeah, very good. You can blow. Yeah. As soon as you blow with the help of that carbon dioxide, that lime water, the aqueous, which is the colorless solution, will turn into milky, that is white, and you will get the suspension produced is nothing but calcium carbonate, CaCO3, which is displayed here. See, this is the when you blow it, you will get this white color solution, which is nothing but the lime water has turned milky due to passage of carbon dioxide. Yes, very good. Similar. Now, as soon as you ask Shubhangini, are you listening to me? As soon as you, yeah, as soon as you pass the carbon dioxide, as soon as I ask you that when you are given a beaker with aqueous solution of this CaOH twice, that is nothing but calcium hydroxide. So what helped you to give me the correct answer? Like blowing, you say. Did you recall your previous knowledge? Okay. Yeah. So in this case, what you have done is you have applied the knowledge here. Okay. Which was learned. So you are already in that applied stage, which is level 3. That is applied stage. So you have here also you have developed more curiosity, interest. You have recalled the information. You have developed a reasoning ability in you. And here you also you have developed the scientific attitude in you. So let us come to the meaning and definition. So scientific attitude is a combination of many qualities which is reflected through the behavior and action of the person. A desire for accurate knowledge, confidence in procedure for seeking knowledge, and expectation that the solution of the problem. As the activity was given to you, you try to recall the information what you had learned in the earlier class. You try to seek the knowledge. You try to apply the knowledge, and you were able to get the right solution towards the problem. So you have verified your knowledge after getting the correct answer. So these are the meaning of scientific attitude. Coming to the definition, it is the scientific temper. Now, what I mean by scientific temper is, yeah, what I mean by scientific temper is, so I ask you, like burning of magnesium ribbon, the example was given. So it reacts with oxygen to form that MgO, which is nothing but that powder is nothing but magnesium oxide. So when I just say that a reaction Mg plus O2 MgO, and if you agree, then it's I can't say that you have developed the scientific attitude. You have to experiment out yourself. You have to burn the magnesium ribbon yourself, and the residue form has to be identified by you, and that the experimenting the way you experiment, as I have given you example that a lime water turns milky. When you experiment, you come to the conclusion. That experimentation is nothing but the scientific attitude. You won't allow your information to be only in the level 3, that is the apply stage. You will carry your knowledge to the next level, that is analyze stage. Slowly you will go to the higher level of Bloom's taxonomy. So like this experimenting, like then analyzing the situation, so such things will develop that scientific attitude in you. Yes. Like person who never made, as the quote says, person who never made a mistake never tried anything. So the experimentation is nothing but trial and error. Whether you get the result, whether you don't get the result, you have to try and try till you reach the valid conclusion. So, according to you, can you just define what is scientific attitude now? In your own words, anything it can be. Can you define scientific attitude? As Rakshita, can you define scientific attitude? As Rakshita, are you able to hear me? Yes, Kavya Shri, can you tell me Kavya Shri? What do you mean by scientific attitude? Yes, Pritam, can you tell? Okay, good. Yeah, coming to the general definition from the things we have discussed so far. It's basically learner's personal development of science to enhance curiosity, decision-taking skill, problem-solving skills. Also helps to promote all this scientific temple. It's nothing but that scientific, the temple will make you to develop that scientific attitude in yourself. Coming to the components of different scientific attitude, we have curiosity, then skepticism, humility, distinction between the hypothesis and solution, loyalty to truth, desire for completeness of knowledge, and then last is experimental verification. So, what do you mean by curiosity? Yes, Pritham, can you tell me what do you mean by curiosity? Yeah, trying to know, going like what is the cause of this problem, why it has happened, what has led to this kind of situation. You are keep on asking yourself, you are reasoning out, trying to know new things, trying to experiment new things. You are interested in that. So that's nothing but curiosity. So when I speak about skepticism, skepticism is nothing but when you have a problem, you try to solve the problem in all the maximum possible ways that you can, depending upon your ability. It's like the ability to develop that divergent thinking ability in you, that solving the problem from all the perspective, all the possibilities possible. That is the meaning of skepticism. Coming to humility is nothing. humility is nothing but if the person is having that scientific attitude, he should be, as you all have said me already, it's an open-mindedness, acceptance. You should respect each and everyone's opinion. You should not have that egoistic nature, ego problem that I am having more knowledge than the other person. So that means that knowledge you won't be able to get, you won't be able to justify your knowledge if you are unable to listen to others' opinion. You won't be able to get the valid conclusion. And then there is a distinction between hypothesis and knowledge. Have you heard about hypothesis? What do you mean by hypothesis? Shubhangini? Yeah, what did you say? Guess. Okay. Yeah, hypothesis is nothing but intelligent guess or any assumption you make in about any problem or about any situation. So there has to be distinction about the assumption and what is the solution you get. Like burning of magnesium ribbon, you don't know what will be the reaction. You have not assumed that the residue will be formed. But after solution, you are getting the residue was actually formed. It was white in substance. You are getting that will be your result. That will be your conclusion. So then you have to verify whatever the experiments done. Is it a step-by-step process? Is my result is valid? Is the conclusion is authentic? So there has to be the relationship between this all hypothesis and solution. Next is the loyalty to truth. You have to stick to truth, whatever the experiment may be. It should, whatever the result you get, you have to accept it. Desire of completeness of knowledge. Like I had given you the example of lime water turning milky, that is, and after turning milky, which is nothing but passing carbon dioxide to it. But in the same thing, the knowledge should not be incomplete. You can't imagine that if you blow for a longer period of time, as you have said, blowing can pass carbon dioxide when a beaker with aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide is given. When you blow, if you blow for a longer period of time, there will be more accumulation of carbon dioxide, and which is not, you can't assume that more carbon dioxide will give more whitish color to the reaction. No, the more carbon dioxide can actually give rise to reverse reaction. It can also form calcium bicarbonate, and that it can again turn into colorless solution. In the previous reaction, the calcium carbonate was the product. But if the too much of carbon dioxide is passed, it can give rise to reverse reaction, which is nothing but calcium bicarbonate, which will make the milky water, the lime water which has turned to milky, it will again take its original position, that is colorless. So here the completeness of knowledge is very, very important for every experiment that you do. For every authentic knowledge that you gain from the experiment, if the knowledge is incomplete, everything will be waste. So desire of completeness of knowledge is very, very important. And next is experimental verification. You need to justify your experiment, whether whatever you have done is, have you followed the step by step procedure, or you have taken shortcuts. That shouldn't be the case. You have to follow the step by step procedure, and finally you will reach to the valid conclusion if you have done all the experiments correctly. So these are the some of the components which you need to keep in your mind for for the scientific attitude to develop. So is it clear? Any doubts here in any of these components, or anything you want to share related to these components? As anyone, either you can type or you can say. As Rakshita, can you say any doubts? Yeah, one of you can unmute your audio and say. If there is no doubt, I can proceed to. Yeah, I have like that many components will be there. Just I have listed which are the main seven components here. Yeah, there are different components. Yeah, I'm asking any doubts is there in any of these components displayed here? Yeah. So we'll move to the next step, next content. See, as I have told, let's move to the characteristics of scientific attitude. So curiosity, as you have already told me, it's like going asking your like investigation, exploration, all those components of curiosity. Desire for understanding new situation, give emphasis or questioning yourself, reasoning yourself, and desire of completeness of knowledge. Okay, see that you understand these concepts very well. Try to listen properly. After this, you will be having one small activity which you will have to do. So if you are not listening to this, you won't be able to do the activity. So cause and effect relationship is the next. Always while experimenting, there has to be cause and there has to be effect. That is the result out of it. For this, understanding the situation by asking the question to yourself why and how of observed phenomena is necessary. Just by accepting the reaction as it is will won't develop that scientific attitude. You have to go beyond it. You have to ask yourself the question why. Why has the lime water turned milky? Why solid has definite shapes? Why liquid have the fixed volume? You have to experiment some of uh, experiment the experimentation the authentic results will give you that proper valid conclusion. So you have to justify all your statement based on different experimentation. So that will develop that scientific attitude in you. So this was about cause and effect relationship. Faith in scientific method. So do you think the faith is actually necessary in scientific method? As Pritham, can you tell me? Pritham, yeah, do you think faith is necessary in this scientific method? Yeah, why do you? Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yes, very true. So faith is very, very necessary. So all the experiments through different trial and error, you may get different experiment. You may try different experiment. So the trial and error method only will give you a valid conclusion. Through your mistakes only you will learn. So whatever the result is, you have to accept as it is. So that is the faith. It is based on gathering observable, empirical, and measurable evidence to specific. Just if you get one result correctly, you have to justify it, you have to retest it, you have to retry it, and that empirical values, the tested values, will help you to develop that valid conclusion. That is nothing but the faith in scientific and the scientific method is necessary. This is the third step, third characteristic. And as you have said, the open-mindedness. Open-mindedness is also very, very important. As soon as I gave you the activity, it also helped you to develop those critical thinking skills. You were conscious, you were trying to solve the problem, you were trying to get the answers correctly. So you were reasoning out, and what others also say, you were accepting it. Open mindedness here is nothing but acceptance. And when you do any experiments, you have to refer the other theories also. You have to accept other opinions. You should be free to accept any opinions given to you, any suggestions given to you. This is the way you will learn. So this is the open-mindedness. Next is the seeking evidence. So to get the authentic proof based on your conclusion, to take decision on the basis of new inventions, trying to collect maximum evidences. So you should have evidence or theoretical knowledge to comment or to criticize on one of the experiment which has not gone well or which was not successful. Then only you will come to that conclusion. Next is about the objectivity. What do you understand basically by objectivity? What do you understand by objectivity? Shweta is here. Is Shweta here? Shweta. Yes, Shubhangini, can you tell me? Do you have any idea what do you mean by objectivity? Okay, so objectivity is nothing but what is real you have to accept. So like after demonstrating different experiments and after observing and after recognizing your own result, you have come with some of the factual based conclusion. So that is your reality. You have to accept how it is. So that is your mindset. So whatever results come, you have to accept as it is. You should not change it. So that acceptance attitude has to be there after every experimentation. That is nothing but the objectivity. So as you have already told me, the critical thinking skills also appeared. So do you think during the activity you developed critical thinking skills in you? Critical thinking means like serious thinking about the to find the possible solution of the problem. You think a lot, you reason out. So do you think you were able to go through these critical thinking skills during the activity? I'm asking, either you can type or you can say it. As Kavita is here, can you say? Kavita, hello? Yeah. Do you think that while solving that activity, the puzzle activity which I gave you, do you think you developed critical thinking skills in you? Yeah. Okay, what do you, yeah, in what way it will help? Can you tell me? Okay. Yeah, it will help to change your thinking pattern. You will be seriously thinking about one issue and you will be trying to uh, get the possible conclusion for it. Yeah. So that is the critical thinking skills. Next is opinion or criticism. So this attitude makes anyone to grow and learn from others' evaluation, from others' opinion, whether the experiment was successful, what made the experiment successful, and what made experiment unsuccessful. The other's opinion only will help you to get that valid conclusion. So that next time when you repeat that experiment which was failed earlier, you can apply the suggestions given by others into the problem and you can solve it. Maybe next time by doing so, your experiment may be successful. So this, so only in this scientific attitude, the taking others' opinion is very, very necessary. Lastly is rationality. Gives a student the ability to reason in his problem solving. While solving the activity, you all have your yourself have developed that reasoning skills in you, linking your previous knowledge. And when you conduct any experiment, there has to be that cause and effect you to get that authentic solution to the problem. So that is nothing but a rationality, ability to reason out the things, why, what, where, why the solid is having the strong intermolecular forces of attraction, why you reason out, you experiment out, you try different possibilities. You have to reason out yourself. So that is rationality. So these are various characteristics. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. No, 1 hour class. 1 hour class, ma'am. Yeah. I, yeah, yeah, 1 hour class. Every day we are having 1 hour class. Yeah, yeah, yes, ma'am. I discussed with her already. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so far, is there any doubts in the characteristics? Yes, now you can unmute your audio, everyone. Any doubt or any characteristics which you know you wanted to share or something, your own ideas you want to share? If there are no doubts, then we shall move to the activity. Yes, Pritam, any doubts? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is the activity for you. State whether the given statements are true or false. First one, understanding the situation in knowing questions like how and why are the examples of cause and effect relationship. True or false? Yes, Shubhangini, you tell me. First answer. True. Why do you think it is true? Yes. Yeah, very good. It's true. Like second one. Second one is puja here. Puja. Yeah, can you answer second one? Factors like fate does not exist in scientific method. Yeah, why do you think is it false? Yeah, the character. Okay. Only those who are speaking can unmute their audios. Rest you can mute the audio. I'll be asking personal. Third one, the reasoning skills are very much necessary for development of scientific attitude. True or false? Yes, anyone can tell? Yeah, true. So the reasoning skills is very much you need to reason out how, where, why. So these questions are very, very important in this scientific attitude. So ability to find out new things with proof is known as rationality, true or false? Yeah, the ability to find out new things with proof is known as rationality, true or false? Pritam, can you answer? We have discussed this character. True. Why true? Yeah, rationality, the last characteristics I have explained, I'm repeating once again. Rationality is not to collect the proof. Rationality is the ability to reason and or applying the cause and effect relationship. So whatever you are having knowledge, you are just applying it. That is rationality, which will make you ability to reason in any problem, or it will help you to develop problem solving aptitude in you. So ability to find new things with proof is seeking evidence. Like rationality is not about the seeking evidence, collect, as I told, collection of various theories, evidence. That is seeking evidence. That is also one of the characteristics which I discussed in the fifth characteristics. That is seeking evidence. So this statement is a false actually. So ability to find out new things with proof is known as seeking evidence. Yeah. So in today's class, we have discussed meaning and definitions, followed by components and the different characteristics of scientific attitude. Pooja, can you tell me any two components of scientific attitude? Pooja, any two components of scientific attitude can you recall and tell me? Or someone else? Shubhangini, can you answer? Okay, very good. Okay, 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 very good. Yeah. Pushpalata is here. Pushpalata, can you tell me any two characteristics of scientific attitude which we have discussed so far? Is Pushpalata there? Rakshita, either you can type. Yeah, one of the characteristics is okay. Any other? Yeah, faith in scientific method. Very good. Yeah, yeah. So far we have discussed about meaning, definitions, components, and characteristics of scientific attitude in today's class. So next class we shall study about the other importance of scientific attitude and the strategies to develop scientific attitude. So far in these things, any doubt you have, you can ask. Or are all the concepts here which has been taught today, are all concepts clear? Yes, Pritam, all concepts are clear, or you want to share something, any of your characteristics, any of the characteristics of scientific attitude which I have missed? Okay. There is a home assignment to you. You can note it down. Represent the different characteristics of scientific attitude that you see in yourself in the form of a pictorial diagram. What are the qualities of scientific attitude which you see in yourself that you have to mention, and you have to represent it in the form of a pictorial diagram. The format I will show you, it's something like this. It should look like pictorial, or you can use you are free to use any creativity. The assignments you all can mail me. This is my mail ID, rats15best@gmail.com. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now is it audible? You have to do the home assignment, represent the different characteristics of scientific attitude that you see in yourself in the form of pictorial diagram. So this is the format. You will have to mail me. You can either send me in a Word format, or if you are doing in any of your notebook, you have to click picture of it and you have to send me. This is my mail ID, rats15best at the rate of gmail.com. That's it. There are two .com. Only rats15best at the rate of gmail.com is my mail ID. You can send me your assignments here. Any questions if you want, or doubts if you have, you can ask, or we shall wind up the class. Yes, you can type anything or you can ask anything. Yeah, yeah, I will call you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, once again, thank you. We'll meet in our next class.